Okay, so good afternoon. We're going to be working on some math today, and we've already been talking about coins. So we're going to be doing some reviewing, and then we're going to be working with our math bins today with money, and we're going to also take our coins and we're going to do some other things with making exchanges for purchases. Okay. We're going to follow the standard of Pennsylvania State Standard 2.12a and b, represent equivalent forms of the same number through the use of pictures and concrete objects, including the penny, nickel, dime, quarter, and dollar up to 500. And our objective is, by the end of this lesson, the students will be able to count coin combinations to the amount or price indicated in order to purchase an item. The students will identify the price and count the correct amount using a combination of coins and bills. And that kind of brings us back to review. We want to go over this. We've been working on this unit with money, so let's go over these things. We want to look up here, good looking, and remember also that we're working. If we focus in, we have our reward system in place where we have 5 stars. And at the end, if we earn our 5 stars, we earn iPad time. Okay, so we want to keep that in mind. All right? So let's review. When I point to this, what coin do we have right here?
Penny.
Good.
Nickel. Dime. Quarter.
Fantastic. Good job.
Thanks.
So we know the coins, and we remember the value of the coin also. A penny is worth how
1
much?
cent.
1 cent. Very good.
5.
And the nickel is worth how much again?
5.
5 cents. Good. And how about the dime?
10.
10 cents. Nice job.
Thanks.
And how about the quarter?
25.
Good. Now we also talked about the money forms coming in coins, but also in bills, right?
Right.
So if I'm pointing to this one, how much do we have right here?
$1.
That's the $1 bill, and it's $1 and it's equivalent. We're going to talk about terms like equivalent. Equivalent means it's equal to. And right here we see 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters equals $1. Again, we're reviewing these things. So we can do that. We can make equivalent forms also. You're all doing such a great job. We're earning our stars. We're listening. We're 5-star students. We have our eyes and ears and our hands and feet are on the floor and our lips are working to answer the question. So let's put our first star up. Nice job. Okay, so let's talk about money. We did the review and the values of the coins, so we're kind of going a little bit out of place. But also, how about just in general? What do we do with money? What do we need money for?
Well, money we can use to pay stuff, like mortgage, or if you want to buy something on eBay.
Wow, those are all good examples, or both good examples for things. Those are big amounts of money. We need a whole lot of money for our mortgage, and even for some things on eBay. Right, very good. How about some other uses of money? We talked about coins. What kinds of things can we maybe take our coins and use those for?
Buy like something.
Sure, what do we like to buy?
Pretzels.
Excellent. That's a great example. Pretzels. Maybe a pretzel. We could get some for maybe change amounts of 25 cents or 35 cents, or maybe more for $1. Yes?
We can use money, maybe we can trading.
Right. Money is a form of trading or exchanging, isn't it? And that's a great example too. So what we're going to do is listen to a story also, and that has some good examples of money being used for things like pretzels and buying pretzels, and also for trading, which is a form of exchange. These are all good terms and things that we'll find when we actually use money and go out into the world. And this book has some great examples too. And the title is Look at Our Coins. So we can kind of read it together and think of some things that we can talk about. It says by Gloria Chen. And this boy, how does he look like he
Happy.
feels?
He
He
looks
looks
like he
pretty happy,
looks
doesn't
pretty
he?
enthusiastic about having all that money there.
Yes, that would make me enthusiastic too, right? We all need money for purchasing things.
I know.
Look at our
Our
coins.
coins.
Okay, so remember, we're going to have, our lips are going to be closed just for a minute while I read, and then we're going to do some questions and answers throughout. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand and ask me throughout. I have coins in my bank. I can find out how much money I have. Let's see how I can use my money. That's what we were talking about, uses. And there's some great pictures to go along. A penny is worth 1 cent. There are 8 pennies in my bank. I have 8 cents. And another great way to remember counting, we talked about this before, is skip counting. We could count by twos. Instead of, we could count by ones to find the amount, or we can count by twos. Can you do that with me? Get ready.
Okay.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Excellent. And we see there's 8 cents there. Now, here's a picture. What do we see?
We see different toys,
Oh, different toys.
and it would have like tags on them that would indicate how much money you need.
Fantastic observation. You're doing so well. You're right. It says, look at these toys. Which toy can I buy? So here's a question. Let's look. Maybe if we only had this amount, 2, 4, 6, 8, which one item could we buy off of the shelf?
Now, my educated guess would be this one.
Fantastic. I think you're right. The one that's for 5 cents.
Yeah,
we
Right?
have to save that.
Right.
You do. You have to save.
Gotta save
And
it.
there's something we use to save our money in a piggy bank. I have 7 nickels in my bank. A nickel is worth, and we said again, 5 cents.
5 cents.
So how can we skip count to find the total amount of change? If a nickel is worth how much again?
5.
5 cents.
5
Yes.
cents.
We can skip count by 5s.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Very good. And I have 35 cents in nickels.
Yep.
Right? And here's another example. What can I buy on this page for 35 cents? What can we buy?
The apple.
The
The
apple.
apple.
Yep. Good job, guys. I have some dimes in my bank too. There are 6 dimes.
There are 6 dimes.
How much is the dime worth again?
10.
10.
That's
10 cents. That's right. So how are we going to count?
I'm gonna count by 10.
Count by tens.
Right? Are we ready?
Yep.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
60. Good. 60 cents.
60.
It says my brother counts by tens to find out how much money I have in dimes. I have 60 cents in dimes, and here are the
Cents and
numbers
dimes.
written out.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. All right, we're going to give another star because we're listening and answering, and I know it's a warm day, but we're getting to our goal, right? iPad time. I have a quarter. A quarter is worth more than a dime.
Yeah.
A quarter is worth,
25 cents.
yeah. So now we're going to count 2 quarters to find out how much money we have on this page.
25, 50.